Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Happy Monday to everybody. It is the beginning of the week. It is that wonderful time where everybody around us is getting into work mode, and we can catch that wave. This is a day that a lot of people don't look forward to, which is really funny because we can really intentionally set the course of our week and give ourselves a natural advantage. So good morning to everybody who is here today. Good morning, Dan, coming in from Buford, Lauren from Paradise. Good morning, Jan, coming in from your nest, and Mandy coming in from Spalding County with Josiah. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Good morning, Shauna. Thank you so much for coming by over the weekend, Shauna, and getting carpets cleaned over here. The entire house smells amazing, thanks to you. Good morning, Nicole, coming in from Dallas. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see everybody here today. Thank you so much for being here. Pepper put up a question of the day today, which is what motivates you to persist despite obstacles? What a wonderful, insightful question that is. Dan says that he persists because that's the way that humans are meant to be. We need to strive to achieve. I love that, and agree. I think that I think that we need to we need to always have something that we are striving for that is more than what we've achieved in the past. Otherwise, because that's the mechanism through which we grow. Let's see here. Jan says, my intuition lets me know when it's time to move forward. I persist by staying tuned with myself and knowing and looking for the opportunities that feel right to act on. I'm not one to make things happen, but I persistently look out for the things that feel good to move on. Persistent in my connection to myself, which leads me around obstacles. That's a great way of looking at it, Jan. I think Esther Hicks, I believe, wrote a book called "Living the Art of Allowing," which is very much sounds like your philosophy to allow things to be and to use how they feel as a gauge for which things to pursue, which things to allow. All right. So Lauren says, I'm motivated by God because he didn't create me to be a failure. I can and I will. I like that, Lauren. God don't create junk. God creates beautiful things. And as part of God's creation, we are here to really shine through and to reflect that beauty and that glory. Um, all right. So and Nicole says, I motivate to persist because I had no choice. I found out I'm stronger than I thought. Don't we all? Don't we all when the shit really does hit the fan? I think all of us find out that we are stronger than we thought that we could be. That we are that we can accomplish more than we ever thought that we could, and that we could do things that we never thought that we could do. What motivates me to persist despite obstacles is the idea that I'm doing work that's bigger than myself. I believe that each and every one of us that we have a job in this world, and we all have the same job in this world. The job is to set the next generation up for success. Whether that involves creating the next generation, whether that involves mentoring the next generation, whether that involves just being a ray of sunshine in the worlds of the people around us, so that all of us can rise together. I believe that each and every one of us has has the responsibility to make sure that we are setting humanity up for success, in our next stage, whatever that may look like. And so I believe that the work that I do is always bigger than myself. I'm never really working because for selfish reasons. I'm always working because I believe that I believe that the world needs me to, and I believe that humanity needs me to, and I believe that without people like me who are very intentionally moving making the or helping the people around me to live better lives, that we would kind of devolve into a more default state. And I believe that the messages that I have and the work that I do, whatever it may be, just simply by doing it to the best of my ability and simply by just being a positive force in the lives of everybody that I encounter, is something that motivates me to persist. And there are obstacles, and I view these obstacles as challenges. I view these obstacles as things which are preventing me from accomplishing goals which are more important than the obstacles themselves. Marie Forleo has a wonderful quote. She says, "Everything is figure outable," and everything is figure outable. Whatever it is that we're doing, we can figure out how to do it. We can figure out how to overcome whatever challenges are in our way. We simply need to maintain our focus. So yeah, so let's have some fun today. Let's find out what Pepper has come up with for the week. She said that she told me that the cards this week are very special to her. And so let's have some fun today. Let's pull a card off the top of the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do this, we are building into our own lives and changing up our own experiences. We are giving ourselves the perspective that we need in order to persist, even when the obstacles come. Because there will be obstacles. There always are obstacles. I don't think I've lived a day in my life where everything just went completely smoothly, and I was like, okay, well, everything that I thought I'd do, I did. Sometimes I think that I put my name on a day, but honestly, when I think that I put my name on a day, typically it's because there was a lot of obstacles and I overcame them, and that itself was the reward. So let's have some fun. Let's pull the first card and say that today I am brave. I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. So I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. Are you brave? You are brave. You face adversity with maturity. I'm going to write that down in the comments. I encourage you to do the same thing. That I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. It is adorable, Shauna. I think Pepper's going for a baby animal theme, and I think I can sell. I think I can say why as well. But indeed, I am brave. You are brave as well. We do face adversity with maturity. When I was a kid and adversity would come up in my life, I would pretty much either just stop what I was doing because there was adversity, or I would throw a temper tantrum because things weren't going my way. As I got older, I realized, with the wisdom of years and the accumulating wisdom of years, which I'm learning is something that compounds upon itself. But as I get older, I realize that adversity is something that is challenging me to grow. That adversity itself is challenging me to be a better person, and that even when things aren't going the way that I hope that they will, that I can still maintain a positive outlook. That I can still say, okay, well, this too shall pass, and that the only difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is the way that we use them. And also that when something happens in my world that I have to be brave in order to overcome, that itself is something that is developing more wisdom, it's developing more knowledge, it's developing more maturity, which is once again setting myself up for even more future success. And so I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. Now, nothing on this card says that we have to face it without fear. Fear is a natural consequence of the unknown, and anything that we've never faced before is, by definition, the unknown. And so, as we face adversity with maturity today, as we recognize that we are brave and that we can do it, and that we have done everything so far, and that we have survived literally everything that's ever been thrown at us thus far, it allows us to face the future with even more with even more bravery. It allows us to face the unknowns in life, and I think that as we get older, the more unknowns that the more unknowns that we recognize exist in our lives. As children, I believe that we think that life is pretty much very predictable. Do this, get that. And as we get older, the more that we do this and don't get that, the more that we get unexpected results, the more we start to realize that there are lots of unknowns that we hadn't considered. There's there's a concept in sociology and in psychology called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger essentially means, or it's essentially a study that shows how the people who are the least competent at things tend to believe that they are the most competent at things. And once we learn a little bit more about what we're actually working with, then our level of confidence in our abilities goes down dramatically because we start to understand the full scope of the problem. And then, of course, as we've solved the problem, then our confidence goes back up again. But now it's real confidence because we know that we know. Whereas Dunning Kruger is about not knowing what we don't know. And so as we face adversity with maturity, and as we learn the true scope of whatever it is that we're dealing with, we become less confident very quickly because we start to understand the full scope of things. But then we realize that we can deal with it, and we make plans to deal with contingencies, and then we have that confidence restored. And so this becomes a matter, of not so much living in fear, but rather living in awareness. So the awarenesses that we have allow us to to overcome that fear, to feel that fear, and then act anyways, and then realize that the fear itself was the only thing that we were afraid of. We weren't afraid that we couldn't do it. We were afraid of facing the fear. So today, you and me and everybody else is gonna face some form of adversity. It's just how it is, and that's fine. It's how we deal with it. It's how we handle it that matters. And so let's handle it with maturity. Let's handle it with wisdom. Let's handle it with experience. Let's handle it with the experience that only comes through living life. And as we do, we are going to encourage ourselves that we can make it, and we're going to encourage the people around us that they can make it as well. I love the chicken with the chicks here. That's so fun because as the adults in the room, and boy have I been thinking about this a lot since I got a daughter very close to being here. But as the adults in the room, it is our responsibility to protect and defend and nurture and love on the children in the room. And I don't just mean the ones that are the young ones who just came here. Mature people have to, is incumbent upon mature people to help the less mature people to get through. It is our duty as people who are more wise to help those who are less wise, or the people who are more experienced to help those who are less experienced. This isn't about parent-child relationships. It's about maturity, relative maturity relationships. The people who have more experience, it is our responsibility to mentor those who have less so that they can have more, so that they can reach those higher levels, so that they can ultimately turn around and do that for the people who are coming up next. And all of us had somebody who did this for us. And that's why we do it for others, because we are confident that those others will also do it for the people who are coming, who are yet to come. And in that way, humanity lifts itself up. In that way, all of us get to live a better life and to leave a better world for the people who are to come, who are to follow us. So I am brave. I face adversity with maturity, and hopefully the adversity that I face is something that I am able to really bring to bring some light to and shed some light on for the people who are going to follow me. My job as I go through the adversity that I'm going to face today is to leave a path for the people who are to come, and to ultimately allow the world to be a better place because of it. So, all right, my beautiful friends, thank you guys so much for being here. Comments have been very active today, and so let's see here. Yeah. So Jan brings up a really good point when she's responding to Cole, and she says, "How else will we find out how strong we are? We really are, and believe in ourselves more. Except that except that we have that we face those challenges and overcome them." And let's see here. Yeah, good morning, Kelly. Wonderful to see you here today. It's been a little while since I've seen you, so I want to say thank you so much for being here. Jan says, I've stumbled my way onto many stones, wobbled while I was there, took some deep breaths, found some footing, purposely stepped onto the next one. Indeed, and I think that's a really mature way of looking at life, is that we are intentionally moving in the direction that we choose, knowing that we don't know everything, knowing that we're going to have to figure it out as we go along. We take leaps of faith every day, knowing that the net will appear as we take that leap of faith. All right, uh, so I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. I have a midwife appointment to get to, so I'm going to get over to that. It is getting close to time, and so I'm very excited about that. And well, I'm brave about that. I'm going to face that. I'm going to face that new challenge of parenthood with maturity, and I'm sure it's going to bring plenty of adversity with it. It's also going to bring plenty of joy with it too. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the joy. I'm even excited for the adversity because, well, once again, it's going to help. It's going to help me to be a better person. What's that?
I said blowouts.
Oh, Pepper saying blowouts. Daddy's excited for an external office. Anyhow, I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We will be back with another one of these. And yep. So thank you guys so much for being here. Good morning again to good morning again to Dan and Lauren, Jan and Mandy. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Good morning to Shauna and Nicole. Good to see you here also. And um, I know that Kelly is also here. Wonderful to see you. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is, like I said, as always, an absolute pleasure to be here, to do the wake up call, to be surrounded by my friends, and to, well, have a good reason to get up out of bed in the morning. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll have another one of these, and Pepper will have another one of these cards. So, and yeah, so once again, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. I think that you are awesome. And I will talk to you again at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Until then, I love you. Appreciate you. Aloha from paradise.